¿Te casas conmigo? Sí. Sí.
Aww. Gabe proposes to Isabel after a vulnerable chat with her dad. We'll get into the highlights. Plus, Mahmoud goes at it with Nicole's new friend, who is not a fan of Egyptian men who try to control their women.
Don't you trust her?
1 second. She know I trust him more than anybody, but she go.
It's like,
1 second.
I'm sorry. He's really a sweetheart. He really is.
She sounds like she's telling someone about her dog.
I'm sorry. He's really a sweetheart. He really is.
And her friend is looking like,
I don't believe you.
Calm down, boy, calm down. Let's get into it. Hey 90 Day Fans fam, it's Melicia. Okay, this recap is gonna be a little bit shorter than usual because of the holiday weekend. By the way, I hope you had a wonderful Easter to those who celebrate. All right, kicking things off with Gabe and Isabel. Gabe recently came out as trans to Isabel's parents, and at the top of this episode, Isabel's dad spends some alone time with him to get more clarity on his transition.
Del cambio, de verte como una niña, ahora a verte así, con barba, con pelos. ¿Cómo se siente uno realmente?
Cuando yo es otra persona, no me gusta nada.
Gabe explains that when he was identifying as a woman, he didn't want to be alive. And now that he's transitioned, he no longer has those feelings. He even showed Isabel's dad some pictures of when he identified as a girl.
I made a photo album for you just now. I don't want to see them because I hate how I look. It makes me despise myself.
Those are some strong words. Isabel's dad takes a look at the photos, and I can only imagine what was going through his mind.
Escuchar a Gabriel decir que se odiaba por la situación de ser una niña como con tanto dolor es sorprendente para mí. Pero veo lo difícil que es porque no se aceptaba.
He seemingly suggests that Gabe should make peace with his past in order to move forward in a positive direction.
Mi fe en Dios me ayuda a entender la situación de Gabriel. No sabía yo que era tan difícil tomar esa decisión. Entonces podemos seguir adelante y siguiendo viviendo ya esta parte que
Nunca más vivir atrás.
Dios siempre me llama a amar a cada persona en la condición que es. Y seguro que si cada uno busca del Señor y acepta ese amor que Dios brinda, todos podríamos tener también ese respeto hacia la gente del LGTBI.
That's a good man. Isabel's dad is impressive.
Muchas gracias por tener esa confianza, por tener esa valentía.
Shortly after this moment, Gabe felt confident enough to ask Isabel's dad for her hand in marriage.
Sí, me parece muy bueno. Yo también he querido que Isabel se pueda organizar.
That yes surprised me, but it just proves the power of authenticity. When you are honest about who you are with people, all sides, there's a sense of trust that is built and respect. And I know Gabe feels free. Whew, I know he does. To have secrets when you're growing close to someone is not a good feeling. But to be able to express what you're hiding and still be accepted and loved, if not more accepted and loved, is a beautiful thing.
Yo quiero ver.
Fast forward, Gabe takes Isabel to the pottery spot, the same place her kids gave him permission to marry her. Once he shows off the kiddos' works of art, he shows her the plate he made.
Ay, qué lindos. Y ese porque les...
Primero, quiero decirte que te amo con todo mi corazón y mi alma. Me haces sentir que tengo todo lo que siempre necesite en mi vida. Vine a Colombia temporalmente por trabajo y nunca hubiera imaginado que me querería.
Okay, let's get to the point.
Isabel, ¿te casas conmigo?
¿Qué es eso?
Sí. Sí. Y es perfecto.
Oh, they are so cute. Congrats to those two. When I spoke to Gabe back in February, he told me that if it wasn't for being on the show, he doesn't think he would have had the courage to tell Isabel's parents he's trans.
Because we were kind of like forced in this situation that it's like, you guys got to know each other now, you know? I don't ever think that I probably would have been this open to her family. Her family probably would have never known still. I think that it helped us know each other a lot more, I want to say.
All right, like I said, I'm trying to make this thing quick. Let's move on to Nicole and Mahmoud. Nicole goes to a meditation class by herself in Egypt and hits it off with the instructor, Naran, after she tells her the struggles she's been going through with Mahmoud.
Egyptian men, they like a girl, they date her, and then they change her to fit with how he was raised up. But he never accepts her the way she is, you know? This is like extremely common, like maybe 90% of men, Egyptian men are like that.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be talking to you right now. Like, I just thought I was the only person in the world going
like
through
they
this
see you, oh my God, look how she looks like. She looks like a star, and then you have to change the way you dress up. You have to change the people you talk to.
Look at Nicole's face.
They have to make sure that everything is under control.
It is controlling, isn't it?
But I always tell you, I love you and I care for you. And I'm doing this to protect you.
Ooh, Mahmoud is in trouble. Naran also gives Nicole more information about the lay of the land in Cairo. Apparently, where Nicole lives with Mahmoud is more conservative. But there is another side where women are more free to be themselves.
We go to bars, we can drink, we can dance, we can have exactly the same life of an American in Egypt. And still be a Muslim.
Fast forward to later on in the episode, Nicole takes Mahmoud to meet her new friend, who he is already skeptical about because Nicole shared with him the conversation they had. And he wants to know who this woman is.
I have a lot of foreign friends here living in this country, but they never told me, you need to meet my husband first. This is a bit weird.
Mahmoud brings up the fact that Egyptian men like to know everything their wife does. That's when Naran questions if Mahmoud trusts Nicole, and things get a little heated.
Don't you trust her?
It's not about trust. Don't use that. Oh, you don't trust.
Yeah, but
her.
I want to-
I trust him. Because, 1 second.
Ooh!
She know I trust him more than anybody. But she go. 1 second.
Mahmoud said, she know what's up. And Naran is looking like, this is what you deal with?
I'm sorry. He's really a sweetheart. He really is.
My impression about Mahmoud is he's very stereotypical, the typical Egyptian man. Only knows the people around him, how they act like, and he feels safe in this zone, and he feels that there's a threat outside of this zone because he doesn't know anything else.
A part of me feels for Mahmoud because you can tell he genuinely thinks he's doing what's right. And like Naran mentioned, he doesn't seem like the type to question rules that were taught to him. It's all he knows, and questioning all you know can be scary. So if living within certain confinements makes him happy, cool. Some people operate best like that. But I think it's also important for Mahmoud to keep in mind that just because something works for him doesn't mean it's the right answer for everyone. All right, moving on. Naran asked Mahmoud if Nicole could come to her yoga classes, even though men are there. And he says no, because he doesn't want men staring at Nicole while she's stretching.
Who told you that the man in the class will be caring to look at Nicole?
That hard.
Well, he's coming there to practice. He's not coming to check.
You know,
women.
I see women straight around me. I will. Oh, what? I will love. This is how Egyptian people think.
So now you're blaming the wrongdoings of men on Nicole or on women. So because men are looking and staring and fantasizing, then women should accommodate to that.
Our religion said it's haram. My wife does that around people.
Haram?
Yes, haram.
Was it mentioned in Quran?
Oh, you should know where this is about to go. Mahmoud and Iran start going back and forth about their religion. You have a seemingly fixed-minded person and an open-minded person trying to convince each other of what the truth is. From my experience, it's an argument no one wins. You just walk away feeling drained.
God was clear. He said, men have don't look to woman, and the woman have to cover her body.
Oh, I am covered. Or do I have to cover every part of skin?
Yes, this was clear.
Oh, no, it's not clear. Can you please tell me a verse in the Quran that says this?
I can show you.
Uh-oh, fact check.
I can show you.
I love my religion. But there is nothing in the Quran that says that women should cover every part of in the entire. No. And there isn't any verse that says that she has to wear the veil. Nothing. It only says that it has to be modest. That's it. Do you agree that God is fair?
Of course,
Yes.
He's fair.
Do you think God wants women to suffer and to sweat? And do you know that covering the hair is very unhealthy for the hair? You know that the hair needs sun and air?
I never thought about that. Mahmoud looks like he is over it, and Iran makes it clear that she's not about following rules that don't make sense to her. As our back and forth continues, Mahmoud ends up putting his foot in his mouth with this one point he attempts to make.
Why can't men be educated enough not to harass women and not to look at them?
Of course, if I see a woman legs, I will see, 6 legs.
Oh, you know, it turns on some girls, by the way.
Never.
Never? How is he gonna tell me what I get turned on by? Nice quads and hamstrings on a man is very attractive in my opinion. He's thinking about how people would look at his legs.
I can ask 100 women now if she's seen my legs like that, what they think? What is that? Nothing.
But your legs aren't the only legs that exist, Mahmoud. And your way of thinking is not universal. Oh.
I can ask 100 women now if she's seen my legs like that, what they think? What is that? Nothing. But if a woman leg,
So Mahmoud is basically saying that he would be attracted to every woman's legs that he sees.
But if a woman leg,
That's a wrong perception.
No. When God created us, why didn't create we are all have pops?
This is the moment I was talking about. This is the moment where he put his foot in his mouth. But don't worry, meditation instructor Naran meditated this morning, and she is clear and on point, and she checks Mahmoud in that comment he made.
When God created us, why didn't create we are all have pops?
Because we need to feed the babies. This is biological differences. You think the boobs are there just to turn guys on?
No, I didn't say that.
Well, what was the point of you bringing that up, Mahmoud? What were you trying to say? You were talking about how women's legs get sexualized.
Woman and man, they have different, everything is different.
Yes, God made us physically different, but at the core, we were all made equal. And ideally, we should be treated as such. At least that's what I believe. For some reason, equality is hard for our egoic mind to wrap its head around. It always tries to make someone superior and someone inferior to feel safe. But that's another conversation. When it comes to Naran and Mahmoud's takeaways of each other, Mahmoud says Naran is the worst girl he's ever met. In regards to their religion, he says that she likes to follow rules that work for her and dismiss the ones that don't. And he feels like he can't trust her. On the other hand, Naran says Mahmoud is a follower who never dug into his religion to see if things make sense or not. They had an interesting little back and forth. Sometimes during conversations like that, you just have to woosah and remember that we are all here learning and just trying to do our best. Honestly, Naran and Mahmoud did well. This could have been way worse. People don't play about their faith. All right, next week it looks like Debbie is meeting Usama's family for the first time.
I don't feel so good.
No, Debbie, I told you. It's okay.
Osama and I have just arrived in Kemesset And we're gonna stay with his family for a few days. Just put a bag over my head.
Okay.
You know, that age difference thing, it's like, who's in a hurry to meet mom and dad? Not me. Hi.
Debbie is so sweet. All right, 90 Day Fans fam, make sure you stick with ET because we are covering it all. I will see you next time.